everybody, Tom, before you start. Okay, you are ready to go.
Handsome. Oh, did you get a new haircut?
No, I just took a nap. I'm trying to comb my hair with my fingers. It is freezing here, man. My Denise is going to get me a sweater. I am telling you, it is cold, cold, cold. Man. But
I was just talking about that.
Great day. What's that?
I was just talking about that, how in Florida it was so nice.
Come back.
Yeah, no kidding. I am coming back. Request granted.
Yes.
I'll be there next week.
Yay.
Which takes me to a topic. Let's just get this show on the road. Welcome to the Zoom. You should be, why don't you guys take 3 minutes right now and text your people to get on here. Are they all on Dr. Wallach? Is Dr. Wallach doing that big old deal right now?
Yes, he is.
Get on there? He called me like 20 times today to tell me to get people on here just because he's such a maniac, because he is a promoting fool like every one of you guys should be. You should be like Dr. Wallach, just promoting, and then promoting more. And every time your mouth moves, that means your business is open. Does that make sense to you? Make your mouth move. Yeah, we're going to come on tonight too. We're going to do it right after our presentation school. We're going to do exactly the same thing, Pamela Schwartz. We'll be on there. We'll be listening to Dr. Wallach. But here's the deal. Dr. Wallach and 90 for Life are everywhere, every time, every day. No question about it. And know that. And even though this is exciting, and we'll see how it goes tonight and how good it is, and we'll hear all about it. And if people are starting to populate that thing every day, and Dr. Wallach can do a seminar every day for the rest of his life, we'll all be happy. It'll be fantastic, because that's what he wants to do with his life. And if he can do it without being on the road and be effective, it's even better, because we're able to all participate in it, all the new information. And I know you guys love him so much that you could listen to him literally every day, no matter what. So take 2 minutes right now and text your people to get on here. So every one of you text your 5 leaders that you're all trying to build 5 legs. That's you, Caroline. That's you, Jerry Aiken. That's you, Hanny Sy. That's you, Martha. That's you, Donald. That's you, Kate. That's you, Esther. That's you, Jennifer. That's you, Bobby Knight. That's you, Richard. That's you, Angie. That's you, Pamela. That's you, Marianne. That's you, Denise. And that's you, Peggy Gleason. Text 5 people while I go put a sweater on. I'm freezing to death.
Hold on, I'm getting you.
Thank you so much.
Lift it up. Lift it up. Do you not learn? Stop.
Don't you love listening to her happy giggle?
I was just thinking maybe we should mute. I'm not sure what's going to happen next.
Okay. Hi, sweetheart. How are you, honey?
I muted you. I muted you because I didn't know what was going on.
And the dang dog grabbed it. I'm like, lift it up, get it off the floor.
That's why I had to mute. I had no idea.
Jake.
Crazy. This dog. He was so quiet all afternoon.
He's such a jumper.
He's a goat.
Come on, bud. Come on.
That dog is a Tasmanian devil. All right. Now I'm warm. Sorry about that. It is so cold. And we just got the heating bill for this house, and it was $700. And I think Denise swallowed her cigar and turned off the heat. So that is so exciting. So the Wallach Zoom, somebody throw the link up for that Wallach Zoom so people can participate in that thing. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to watch that thing one time, see if you get value out of it. But living on Dr. Wallach seminars are like living on every other conference call on the planet. Living on those things is not a money-making activity unless you've got 5 people in your living room watching it with you. And if you've got 5 people in your living room watching it with you, that is fantastic, and that becomes a money-making activity. But I am stressing to you guys from the bottom of my heart, money-making activities are where it's at. So Michelle Wallach is going on the cruise next month in down to Cuba with a whole bunch of women. Marianne's going. Who's going? Raise your hand if you're going. Anybody else going besides Marianne? Okay, she's going on the cruise with Marianne and Denise and a bunch of women, and it's going to be fantastic. And then the following month, she's going over to the most powerful women in network marketing. She's going over there with Denise. Denise is a headline speaker at GoPro. I just called on GoPro today and asked them if they would let me have an AA meeting at GoPro. They said yes. I asked if I could have an AA meeting over at the ANMP, and they said yes. So it's really, really cool that we've started a trend at Longevity of having 12-step meetings wherever we go inside of the profession, because it's an epidemic all over everywhere. Everybody knows it. Everybody is aware of it, and it's really, really, really cool. We've got cheap tickets to the GoPro Women's event. A lot of you have earned them as a result of graduating and being in 65 days in a wake up. That's really, really cool news too. I'm trying to get over to the chat board on the deal. All right, there's the thing on the wallet call. There we go. It'll be on at 10 o'clock. Make a reservation, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so that's very exciting. So you guys put the times on the correct time zones on there for these people. Then Michelle Wallach will be speaking at the Association of Network Marketing Professionals event at the end of May. So she's going to be very busy out there in the world of empowering women. And it's really, really cool that they're choosing her to do that, because it is an honor. I mean, they have hardly any women corporate owners that are going to be actually able to have that steal. So it's really, really, really great. So I would love to help you guys get to GoPro for Women on a financial basis. I would love to have you get to the ANMP on a financial basis. I would love to help you get to the Longevity Convention on a financial basis. Those are the things I'm really in. Scott Fardulis's Leadership Mastery event in Estes Park, Colorado. I'd love to see you all there too. So all of us, I mean, there's so much going on, and driving to the next event is critically, critically important. But what are you doing every day to build your business? That's the biggest key to building a business, is actually having right actions every day. And I want to know that. I want to know, and don't answer me, answer yourself what you're doing every day to build your business. And a lot of you are saying, well, you know, I'm doing. Then you got Esther Irie, who's interviewing 2 people every day, and she's going on to Facebook and the 65 days in the wake up, and she's putting those 2 interviews in. She is absolutely going crazy on interviewing and following up and putting people in her pipeline. Each and every one of us need to get better at that. I am really good at it, by the way. My contact mapping app, almost every day. At the end of the day, I have no follow-ups in there, and I interview 2 people a day in 3-way one with my upline every day, just like I'm asking you to do. And it isn't easy. In fact, it's hard to have 2 new conversations a day and notate them in the app and take it down the road. But I know that that's what it's going to take for me to be a better network marketer. And the minute you get into management mode and say, well, I don't need to be doing that anymore, is the minute you stop going up in your income and going downhill in your income. And I don't know any of you, including me, that can afford to do that. And so what I want you to do is change that tune and get better at it. So it is on like Donkey Kong, each and every one of you. Yeah, put Scott Pardula, there it is. That's Leadership Mastery. Is that up there yet? So make sure you get that. We got to keep growing. And inside of that, Thursday night, is Chad Williams on here? Thursday night, we're having a big call with all the ambassadors, and it's all over Facebook. Scott Fardulis and Louis Ariaza are going to start speaking the word, so every one of you can see the plan of how to deliver the longevity message powerfully. And you guys are actually hearing it first right now of what that's going to look like. The name of the game is to tell your story and then tell the industry story about why it's important. People are running out of money everywhere we turn. Then you tell the longevity story of who we really are. Then you tell the Dr. Wallach story of why Dr. Wallach is so relevant and so important. Then you tell the 90 for life story of why 90 essential nutrients need to be in absolutely the body of every human being on this planet and literally every animal. And then you say, When you get all that done, you say, why don't you come in with a CEO pack? You're probably passionate about something besides 90 for life. You're passionate about coffee. You're passionate about memory keeping. You're passionate about something, and you go from there to say there's a CEO pack for that. And we show you how to put that CEO pack out in front with 90 for life in the middle of it. So whether, I don't care if it's true to life, I don't care if it's memory keeping, there's a CEO pack around that where the core of it is 90 for life. So we've got two messages coming through there. Number one is that you start your business with 90 for life. And number two, you start your business with a CEO pack. And there's two reasons for that. Number one, that is the only thing that is really exclusive to Longevity is Dr. Wallach and our CEO pack. The CEO pack costs $499, but inside of that is $190 worth of coding bonuses and $100 worth of fast start bonuses. So $290 of that of the $500 that is paid in comes back to the field in the form of commissions, which is going to create massive, massive income for you. I just looked at my wall, my deal last month, and we have $5,000, $4,800 worth of coding bonuses coming back to Denise and I in the form of one weekly check. So if you extrapolate that out, what's that? $16,000 a month just inside of coding bonuses that each and every one of you could do if you start going out there and build a huge organization, rank up so you're catching 100% of that coding money, and the next thing you know, you're making giant money on a weekly basis to go along with your residual income. Because in network marketing, you want to make money in the beginning. That's the weekly bonuses. That's the fast start bonus. In the middle, that is your residual income. And at the end is that infinity bonus and those global revenue sharing pools that are going to give you that giant money at the very end of the rainbow. So Longevity is so balanced that it's unbelievable because, you know, lots of people go, you know, they get in network marketing and they're making all that money at the front and they got all that goofy stuff going on, but they never make any residual income. And then you've got the people with the big residual income at the end, but they never make the money in the beginning and the middle, so they can't stick around for the miracle to happen. You've got a company right now that is the best company on the planet for network marketing. You might as well face that fact. And I can tell you one thing right now, if there were a better deal out there over 20 years, you think I would have done it? Yeah, but what's happened is we are a company owned and driven by network marketers. Those two network marketers are Steve Wallach and Michelle Wallach. They are network marketers through and through. That's who they are. Does that mean they aren't visionaries that can figure out all kinds of different verticals to go along and hire people to help us do that? Yeah. But at their core, they're network marketers. They aren't hedge funds. They aren't stock people. At their core, they are network marketers, which I think is incredibly important for each and every one of you. So the Ambassador BizOp meeting tomorrow night, Tom Chenault, Zoom.com on Thursday. Today's not tomorrow. Tomorrow's not Thursday. Today's Tuesday. So in 2 days, you're going to be there, and every one of you are going to learn how to practice the words. So Chad, is Chad here? Okay, so Chad is right. Is he there? Yeah, well, turn off your microphone and get out of the way, James, so he can come on the screen. Not that I don't love you, James. I just want to talk to Chad for a second. So Chad, what did we do? Chad, tell these people. So here's the deal about Chad. Chad lived down in San Antonio, Texas. He owned a food truck that sold hot dogs. So he called that, it was the Cadillac Hot Dog Company. And he's the cutest man in the world, and he sold hot dogs, and he also worked construction down there. And it didn't go so well. It didn't go so bad, but it didn't go so well. But he is just one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet in your life. So he met a guy named Sean Murphy, who's a big network marketer down in Dallas, Texas. And Sean said, you know what, there's probably a guy you need to know. His name's Tom Chenault. And Sean introduced me to Chad. And Chad and I became fast friends, and he became fast friends with Adrian. So he decided to move to Longmont, Colorado, find a job in this frigid weather, and build his network marketing career. He loves his mother. He loves his friends. He hangs around at the training center all the time and hasn't had a lot of success in network marketing. So I thought, you know what better guy to learn how to present the network marketing longevity plan. So as a result of that, Chad is our poster child. And he has, for the last 2 days, I gave it to him on his phone, and I've made him practice the words. And Chad, how hard was it for you to get the grasp of how to say the words to present the plan of the ambassadors, where you're actually presenting it to anybody you run across anywhere with your phone or not? Was it hard?
It was.
Yeah, hard. And was it scary?
Because you're not used to it. That's the reason why you have somebody ahead of you.
And was it scary?
Can you hear him?
Was it scary?
Was it scary? Yeah, it was scary.
Okay, good. And are you continuing to practice it all day today like you did yesterday?
I did.
And when you and I practiced it together, was it any fun?
It was nerve-wracking.
And do you think when we practice it again tonight, do you think it'll be easier?
It'd be easier.
And do you think when you practice it tomorrow with me, do you think it's going to be even easier?
It'd be easier.
And do you think pretty quick, all of a sudden, you're going to run into somebody, and because you've been practicing the words instead of just looking at them on the wall, do you think you're actually going to be able to pull that out of your hat and tell somebody about longevity?
Yeah.
And all you're doing is telling your story, telling the longevity story, telling the Dr. Wallach story, telling the product story, telling the CEO plan, the compensation plan, and then asking them to make a decision, right?
Yeah, you want to know how? Cash or credit card?
At the end of the day. And at the end of the day, you got to look somebody straight in the eye, straight on just like that, and say, what'd you think? And they say, I liked it. And they said, good, you ready to get started? They're going to say yes, and you stick your hand out and say cash or credit card. And he's even practicing that move because Luis Ariaza has taught every one of those Spartans to ask that question, which is every one of you guys. I know I'm watching faces go, oh my God, I don't know if I can do that. And at CEO school down in wherever it was that we went, where did we do that?
Houston.
In Houston, Texas. Thank you. It was so crazy watching all the Spartans sticking their hands out because they'd been practicing it for so long. It was just an automatic move. And all of us other people, non-Spartans, we were just absolutely shaking in our boots, being afraid to ask somebody to do that. And the beautiful thing about it is that Emily? Am I looking at Emily playing cards there? Okay, so unmute Emily. Thank you very much. So here's what happened to me a couple of days ago. Just because I want to talk about this, it's what you believe in and what you believe you can do, that you believe you can do anything. So Emily, how are you?
Good.
Okay, so what happened the other day where you called me on the phone?
I asked you if you'd help me sponsor during my booster-thon for school.
And what were you going to do with the money?
Oh, I was going to help my school raise money for PE equipment.
Do you believe in it? Did you believe in it?
Yeah.
Were you scared when you called me?
A little bit, yeah.
But not that scared. But you called me on the phone and you said, I'm going to do 35 laps. I want you to pledge money per lap. You looked me right in the eye and asked for the order, didn't you?
Yeah.
And how much money did you get? $135, $115, right? That's every one of you guys. How old are you, Emily?
13, about to turn 14.
13, about to turn 21. And here's the deal. Here's the deal about that, you guys. She was trained by the school to say the words and ask for the order. Trained by the school to say the words, ask for the order. Tom, would you mind giving me some money? I'm going to run a bunch of laps. I need you to pledge me for the money per lap. Please do that. And guess what? I couldn't say no to a kid with their hand out. People can't say no to you with your hand out. You just have to put your hand out. and we're going to teach you to put your hand out, cash or credit. Now, if you don't believe that CEO pack's worth $499, you can't sell it. If you don't believe that the Dr. Wallach products are going to save people's lives, you can't sell it. If you don't believe network marketing works, you can't sell it. So I know that for a fact. I don't want you to do something that you don't believe in. But at the same time, I think every one of you are stopped massively by fear of saying the words cash or credit. What do you guys think about that? Talk to me while I plug in my computer, because I'm about ready to go down here.
Can I tell something?
What's your name?
Marianne.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so I can remember one time when I first met you, and we were in Buzz Coffee, and you were going to sit down with this lady, never met her before, and you interviewed her, and then you told me, you said, now you just watch this. You watch how this goes down. And you talked to her, and then you just stuck out your hand. She handed you the credit card, and I was across the room. I was like, oh my God, how did you do that? But you're right. It's just having that confidence of, here you go. The assumption of that they're going to buy. And that's what you do so great, is you speak into them as though they have already joined before the deal's over.
I believe from the bottom of my heart that CEO pack is going to save your life. And I don't even know what it is in your life it's going to save. This morning, I talked about my favorite product in the longevity product line. And everybody on the Hair on Fire was trying to guess what my favorite product on the longevity product line is. And those of you that don't remember, yeah, speak to them like they've already joined. Yeah, so those of you that want to guess that weren't on the Hair on Fire call, go ahead and guess what my favorite product is. Those that if you don't cheat if you were on the Hair on Fire call this morning, but go ahead and guess what my favorite product is in longevity. But I believe that go ahead.
I got it.
Okay, I believe wholeheartedly in that CEO pack so powerfully and so with every fiber of my body that when I'm sitting across the table from somebody and I look them in the eye and say cash or credit, it's because I believe I'm giving them the gateway to their life. That was incredible. If you can get to that point, I believe that we've got something in longevity that is going to solve what ails you. So my favorite product in longevity is not the 90 for life. It is not the product that helped me peel off the 50 pounds. It is not the product that gave me this incredible health report from Dr. Ike that I got that has all my numbers up or down depending on where they need to be. That is not my favorite product. My favorite product is hope. I sell hope. Tom Chenault is a hope merchant. And my job is to do enough of a coffee shop interview on you with and write that thing down and put it in the contact mapping app and remind people on a regular basis what it was that they told me that would portray hope in their life, because everybody's different. I can look on this board right now and I can, Pamela Schwartz, she's married to a guy from the TSA. These two people are the most financially stable people that you've ever met in your life. She was the poster girl for about 4 different network marketing companies. She went to Harvard. She went to a school right across the street from Harvard to really, really be good at what she does. She is an amazing person. But her whole deal in her life is security and making sure that she and her beautiful husband, Andy, that works for the TSA, are set for life. She will stop at nothing. So when I call her on the phone, I am selling her that security. That security represents hope for Pamela Anderson, for Pamela Ann Schwartz. Marianne Niehaus and her husband, similar story. Her husband's got this back. The guy is in constant pain. He's a Republican. He's the most absolutely the most opinionated political guy you've ever met in your life. I can't even imagine why she married him. And the poor guy is an electrician, and he's crawling around all the time in holes and closets and up all these and he's got a terrible back, and it's just horrible. And Marianne lies awake at night trying to retire her husband. So she's not as worried about security as Pamela is. Pamela is worried about security. Marianne just wants to get her husband out of that horrible job so his back is better, so he can do something where he doesn't have to. She's deathly afraid that his back or his heart's going to give out before she can get this made. That's why she's working so hard. And that's what I've got to sell to Marianne every day, is that we've got that plan for her and it's going forward. And as you go through your entire organization, you can see that about the people in your life. And if you don't know that about those people in your life, you're doing your business and your life, your everything, the universe, a disservice. You've got to be willing to die for these people. You got to believe in them at a level that you've never believed in anybody before.
So, honey,
that's how that works. Yeah, go ahead.
It's your wife.
I love her. She's beautiful. I love her.
You know, what I find is that when people are running into having people either consistently not having enough money to buy a CEO pack, if you find that you have a hard time asking for $4.99 for a CEO pack, or if people are constantly saying to you, I just don't have the money, then you might want to look at your own money mentality and your limiting beliefs around money, because energy begets energy. And it's great to have, you know, the desire to give people hope. But if you really believe that $500 is a ton of money and that you're not giving that value to people of more than $500, then it's going to be really hard for you to ever receive it. So it's both changing your money mentality. It's knowing that you have so much value in that CEO pack, and it's not just the products, which we know. You're getting $500 worth of products, which will change your life, but it's also what the CEO pack represents. And it represents the ability to go and change your life. And that is the ability to give people hope. And the other part too is also about being, knowing that you're deserving of receiving it. You know, so it's all of that. It's all of that.
Thank you, sweetie pie. And that's 100% right. And you're selling yourself out and you're selling people out. There's a guy on here named Scott Common. Unmute him, Marianne, and turn his camera on if he hasn't got it turned on. I don't know if he does. Scott's been with us a long time and a great guy, and didn't really resonate with 90 for Life. So we watched him, and then I heard that he moved over and was in love with the oils, but he was also doing another oil deal. So he was dancing with that and serving two masters too. And we just sat there and watched that whole thing go down. Hang on a second. Wait 1 second. I want to check one thing. Scott, say hi to everybody. Where do you live, Scott?
Las Vegas.
And it's snowing there and you're freezing.
Yeah, lots of ice for sure.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, I got a message yesterday from Scott. And he said, I am back in longevity. I'm 10,000 miles an hour straight ahead because I am in love with the Hemp FX, and it is a game changer.
Big time.
So in all the time that you were kissing a bunch of frogs and dancing around, did Marianne or myself ever tell you that you were a commie or make you feel bad that you were doing all that?
Not a thing. In fact, you did the best thing possible. You ignored me.
Yeah. Yeah, and just waited for you to come on. You know, we left the light on for you.
No, I mean, there was no chasing going on here. you know, it's a free society. It's a free world. If people come, they can go. Oh, well, adios amigos.
Yeah. But all of a sudden, you're in love with this hemp vertical of longevity. And
yes, that and the 90 for life always have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big time.
So what we did was we worked really hard on selling you what you wanted to buy and didn't shame you when you didn't want to buy what you didn't want to buy, right?
Correct.
And now you're in the game and playing it.
Yeah.
What you guys, Scott is everybody in your life. Scott is everybody on your top line. And Lanny Sharp, I know you're a 4-star going on 5-star, probably going to be a 6-star or a 7-star. I want you to go back and interview all Sherry Bowles. I mean, you think you know her well. And that's a great story that people should know, because Sherry Bowles called up like Scott Common. I ignored her. And the next thing you know, she calls, she says, that guy's a jerk. I think I'll call Lanny Sharp. She'll at least talk to me. And now she's one of Lanny's biggest legs. And I am so happy about that. It's unbelievable. But the point is always go back and re-interview people. I go back and re-interview Denise all the time and figure out what it is that's going to move her. And she goes back and interviews me again. And John Milton Fogg, I know you guys know him, the famous networker. I just got permission to invite him to the ANMP event too, to be a keynote speaker. But with John Milton Fogg, he's got a course called Speaking and Listening, where the most important person in your life, you literally for 2 or 3 weeks in a row, you ask questions of each other back and forth every other day. And the intimacy that comes out of that inside of close relationships, we're going to blow you guys' mind. And Fogg has agreed to do that inside of contact mapping for us and really, really light that conversation up here in the short term too. So we're going to try to get you guys to lose the sound bites. So it's ridiculous. I posted this morning about David Rutz and the 75. I don't know if you guys saw that on my wall. Almost everybody in the world has. So please go look at it if you haven't. About shaming people because they don't look the way you do. I mean, it's ridiculous. So they don't act the way you do. We have no right. And I keep hearing we're a health company, and so we're all supposed to look like Solaflex models. That is a bunch of hogwash. You want to be as healthy as you can. But most of us are going through something in our life where the exterior health isn't up to the par of all the guys hanging around Planet Fitness. I want you guys to be the happiest, best you that you can be. Your body's going to take care of yourself when the time comes. We talked to you about 90 for life. Lots of you have all kinds of stuff going on health-wise, and no one's got any right to tell you you should be thinner or thicker. All we can do is tell you that we love you just the way you are, and you're going to, like me, I finally figured out that I wanted to feel different and look different than I do, and I peeled off 55 pounds. Ruts peeled off 75 pounds because we had a bet, and he won the bet, so he had to lose more weight because he's a much taller guy, and he made the money. But the point is that every one of us are going with our own best path, and respect that in people, love them, be that beacon of hope for people instead of that beacon of shame or judgment. And you're going to go a long way. That's what I think, big time. So back to what's going to happen Thursday night. Lewis and Scott are going to teach you how to do this business. They're going to present the business. And then we're going to start a daily presentation with the women ambassadors leading the way, teaching people how to present the business. And then we're going to start presentation school, and we're going to show you how to do it, how to invite people to a presentation, the stages of the presentation, the MC, the front half, the back half. You'll see all that. We'll teach you meeting etiquette. We'll teach you how to act in a meeting. We'll teach you where people should sit. We will teach you every component. It's going to be called YGYAmbassadorUniversity.com. And it will also be inside of a Facebook page that will be open to people that have decided to say they are tired of being in grade school and junior high school and high school. You want to go to network marketing college, and we are going to be the people that are going to teach you how to do this. Every one of us. And the only way that we can teach you is to be doing it ourselves. So we're going to be in there. We're going to be teaching you. We're going to be showing you. We're going to be walking with you every inch of the way. And every one of you are going to have their rank advancement potential of the Spartans. Because I'll tell you one thing right now, we can say what we want about those Spartans. They're loud, they're crazy, they're this, they're that. You can call them whatever you want. You look at what they all accomplished, it's amazing. They all come in with CEO packs. They work like crazy to rank advance. They're worried about their volume, their BV. They're worried about their rank advancement. And at the end of the day, it shows up in their check. And Dr. Ariaza on Friday has a group called the 10K Club, and that's a private call he does every week. And the only way that you get on that call he does every week is you have to be making at least 10K a month in longevity. Can you imagine each and every one of you part of that 10K club? And that's where every one of you need to go. That's what every one of you need to be. And all it is doing the same thing every day over and over and over again. The coffee shop interview, using the contact mapping app. I don't know if you saw Paul Croto today. Paul Croto came out and said that's the backbone of Star School. It will be the backbone of YGY Ambassador University. Adrian and I are going down to Ray Higdon's Rank Makers next month, and we are going to present down there to all the rank makers contact mapping. 2 days later, we come home. We go straight down to Sydney, Australia. We go over to the Gold Coast. Fraser Brooks and Rob Sperry are doing the same thing, contact mapping. Then at the ANMP, I'm not doing this. Adrian doesn't know this yet, but Adrian Chenault and Rick Manelius, not me, will present contact mapping to the ANMP. Why? Because this is a game changer. And you people on this call are our test tube babies. You are our focus group. And I keep telling you, when we just did the surveys on the app, and everybody filled it out. Everybody that is using contact mapping got a survey. And so I don't know. I'm not privy to that information. Adrian and Rick are, but I am privy to what you're saying in the surveys. And those of you that are using that contact mapping app, putting your interviews in there, putting the touches for your follow-up in, doing the follow-up and asking for the orders, which are the 4 components, are absolutely seeing big results. And I am absolutely mesmerized perplexed as to why you're not using it. And I want to know. So don't be afraid, Marianne, put my phone number in there and you can, in my email, will you please? And I will take your call and you can explain to me what it's all about. And I want you to hear something. So one thing on my voicemail that I'm doing, this is so crazy, is if you guys have called me on the phone recently, I say to you, Mary Nichols, are you on here? I want you to listen to this.
She's on there.
Mary, Mary, can I play your message? Mary?
I'm trying to unmute her and I can't.
Yes, it won't unmute.
Okay, I'm doing it. And tell her, ask her to shake her head or nod.
She's not on video.
Okay, tell her to hit the message board.
Wait, there you go. Is that you, Mary?
Yes.
Mary, can I play that message you left me yesterday?
Okay.
Oh, this is Mary Nichols, 913789271. And I don't know if you do. I was commencement speaker for Northwestern Oklahoma State University, where I was elected homecoming queen in 1969. Did I have a timing has not been great. And
Okay, I want to give you one more. My voicemail says, "This is Tom Chenault. Thank you for calling. Tell me something I don't know about you," and then leave a message. And this is what's coming out.
Tom, hi, it's Helle Fjord, the Danish lady who just moved to Las Vegas a few weeks ago. I'm simply calling because I wanted to leave you this message about something that nobody knows of, actually. And that is that I'm learning to play the piano to sing a song to my future husband at our wedding, our second wedding, which will be on the 2nd of October 2020 in New York. I'm going to sing him a song called You that was originally made by and sung by a group called 10 Sharp. Nobody knows of this but you. My phone number is 720.
Is that the greatest thing? Hang on.
17. And I still aim to come and visit you and Denise one day with Joe. I can't tell you when it will be, but I will give you a proper warning before we come and say hello. I love your postings. I love you and your wife, and I cannot wait to start building up my network marketing career from scratch since I've arrived in Las Vegas.
Now,
All the best to you and Denise, and you have an awesome and funky Monday.
an awesome and funky Monday. So I want to see if I got one more here that I loved. Is this crazy enough? And I'm getting them all day long now. I'm trying to find Michael Hamburger, Adrian. How would you like to have the name Michael Hamburger? Hang on a second, don't move. I want one.
I'd gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Tom, hi, it's Helen.
No, that's the wrong one. Don't move. This is the last one I'll play you.
Hey, Tom, good morning, good afternoon. Michael Hamburger, return your message on Facebook. Something you don't know about me. When I was a child, in my between 8 years and 16 years old, my nanny's boyfriend was on TV. He was an actor on the TV show Taxi. His name was Andy Kaufman. He also used to wrestle women and was a stand-up comic. He saw Man on the Moon. That's all about Andy's life. There's something unique about Michael Hamburger a lot of people don't know. Hope you guys are doing well. Heading to the mountains, go snowboarding for the day. I want to give you a call. I saw your text or your message on Facebook. Be well. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Just that cornball message. Now, all that stuff went into the contact mapping app. He owns a Tesla, snowboarding, Andy Kaufman, the movie about his sister Amy's life. That's all touches to go forward with. Obviously, you guys know Mary Nichols. She's here. She's so sweet. You guys, that lady from, I called the lady on the phone that was from Denmark. And the story of love and her following this love all over the world. She met him also, ironically enough, in 1969 and rekindled the relation. They were madly in love, but he was in the military and it didn't work out. And they just put it back together a couple of years ago, and here we are. But you guys, everybody, Vincent Cunningham, Peggy Gleason, Jackie Jao, Gary Brooks, Martha Deanna, Hanny, Barbara Stallings, I'm just reading names on my screen here, Denise Grant, every one of you have a story that will bring people to their knees if they just take the time to listen to it. It's everybody. And when you write it down in your app and you remember it 5 years later, and I introduce Michael Hamburger in 5 years down in Phoenix, Arizona, where he plays tennis with Sanjeev Javia. And I look him in the eye and I say, Sanjeev, did you know the story about him and his nanny and Andy Kaufman? What do you think that's going to make Michael Hamburger feel like? He will feel loved. He will feel remembered. I have 10 more messages like that today. I'm not doing any work whatsoever. These people are doing the coffee shop interview for me on themselves on Facebook. Now they're giving me stuff that's not on Facebook, on my voicemail, that's going into the app. I'm getting more related all the time. And basically, it becomes a conversation of enrollment and recruitment like none other. And every one of you can do that. Do you love that or not? Was this worth the price of poker, just that little piece? It's so cool. And then it gets better. Stop being this hip, slick, and cool soundbite. Be authentic, be relatable, be vulnerable. No one cares how smart you are. They don't like smart people. Hip, slick, and cool and all put together. If that's you, that's you. I'm not going to judge that. But if you're doing it for anybody but yourself, I am judging it. And Denise, write down what book I owe you. You wrote a note today telling me I'm supposed to bring a book, so I must owe you a book. And Marianne and James were supposed to send you the book. All I do is take credit for it, but I forgot to send them the email. So in the comments, I'm looking right at you. Put it in there. Whatever book I'm supposed to send you, I will. It's probably Two Chairs by Bob Bodine, but whatever it is, I want to make sure I get it to you because I do not like being out of integrity. So who's got questions? How can I get this across to you? You know, when you've got enough people coming into your business, you're going to figure out the comp plan. I don't want you, I want you out there with human beings. I want you working with people, talking to people, having enrollment conversations with people about their lives. Everybody else is out there throwing up on people with 90 for life being 180 or 360 for life. They're all doing all this jazz instead of caring about people. It's exactly the opposite. I want you to love like crazy, then love more. And sometimes you can't be throwing network marketing at somebody standing on the edge of the cliff. As badly as they tell you they want it, they're standing on the edge of the cliff, and you pushing network marketing at them when they're not in any position in their life to be able to hear it, you're just pushing them off that cliff. And I want you to be present to that. I go to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings every day of my life, and I am meeting a lot of people standing on the edge of that cliff. And it is a very, very snowy day in Colorado that I talk multi-level marketing inside of the walls, or 90 for life, or anything else inside of the walls of AA, because those people are in a precarious position in their life, and I'm not about to push anybody off the cliff. I actually take it away from them versus give it to them, because I can't afford to take that on. Somebody getting drunk or getting spun out because I pitched them on a deal instead of just loved them for where they are. So think about everybody like that. Think about almost everybody. It's easy to look at almost every human being you meet like they're in a wheelchair, because they really are. It might be alcohol and drugs. It might be their health. It might be their money, or it might just be their emotional status. And it's on you to get to know them. And then if you look at the comp plan in the business plan that we're doing for you on Thursday night, it says 5 to thrive. We want you to have 5 strong legs. If you bring in 5 strong legs, and those 5 strong legs are making $4,000 a month each, you're making 20. And so I don't believe from the bottom of my heart that you have to be this shotgun. I believe that you can look for people, interview those people, see that their life is to change, say, I think I can get you there from here, and then jump in the foxhole and do it. So Scott Common's a perfect example again. He wasn't ready to have Marianne jump in the foxhole with him a month ago. And then he saw the Hemp FX, and he's there. And Marianne's going to meet him halfway and a half. And that's every one of you. The same way with Peggy Gleason and Hanny Sy, and Hanny Sy with her team, or Marianne Niehaus. What the heck's her name? Lanny Sharp and Sherry Bowles. And that's how that goes. So, yeah, the Doc Wallach car is, there's another one coming. Let's see. Yeah, Kate, they're all getting recorded, so you don't have to worry about a thing. No, those, whoever Nancy is, Nancy, what's your last name? Everything that we just played are my voicemail on my phone. So now I'm going to go to my contact mapping app. I'll do it right now, and I'll show you real quickly what I did. So I will go over to, give me one. So Mary Nichols, here it is. Mary Nichols went to Northwestern Oklahoma State University, was a valedictorian, and also was the homecoming queen in 1969. That just got spoken into the app. So it's there forever. And when I see her, when I go back down to see Stan Dennison, I'm going to see the twinkle in her eye. She was last night when I called her, she was on Raymond and Victoria's call. I'm going to say, hello, homecoming queen, what's happening? And she'll swallow her cigar because I remembered it. And that's all we want to be. So yeah, it's really, really cool. So did that answer that, Nancy? That's all it is. Using the app powerfully, using the technology that we've already got powerfully. So yeah, that's it. Who else has a question? God, it's already 5:22. I got to call somebody. You guys want me to call somebody? Yeah? Let me go look at my phone here and see if there's somebody I can call. Okay, I'm going to do an interview. You guys want me to interview somebody? Just like cold call. Okay, I have no idea why this lady called me. I have her name spelled wrong in my phone. So by virtue of the fact that she's in my phone, she must know. So first of all, I'm going to listen. So listen to this. She called earlier.
Hey, Tom. Good morning. Good afternoon. Michael Hamburger.
That's a very deep. That's a very.
You don't know about.
Hang on, I'm trying to get rid of him. That was a very deep-voiced woman.
Hello, Tom Chenault, my friend. This is Kathy Rickley out of Las Vegas. Looking forward to seeing you again soon at the next A&MP. Little known fact, a lot of people don't know about me, is I worked on board cruise ships off and on for about 15 years as a dice dealer. I had a fancy name back then. It was a croupier, but a craps dealer all around the world. So I've touched on about 6 out of the 7 continents on this planet. So totally looking forward to connecting with you. Just was thinking about you and Adrian and looking to learn a little bit more about the contact mapping that I think I already have an account for, but I need to revive it, dive into it some more. So it's Kathy Rickley, 702-526-3860, and you spell Kathy C-A-T-H.
Okay.
I think you know that.
So you guys,
All right, darling, be safe.
I'm just going to call her and say hi and talked about being the croupier and get out of Dodge. Thank you, Adrian.
How are you, Mr. Chenault?
I'm doing fine, Kathy, the croupier Rickley. How are you?
How's it going? I just got off the phone with your son not too long ago.
That makes me happy. Tell me a story. How's your life?
It's excellent, actually. It finally stopped raining and I can go wash the car. That's real funny coming out of Las Vegas. Definitely here.
No question. How's your multi-level marketing business doing?
It's good. I've added something to my wheelhouse. So I've got a couple going on now, which I kind of like because it just enhances the first one.
So I don't remember the first one. What was the first one?
I'll send out cards. I do with send out cards over 4 years now.
Okay.
Over 4 years. I'm executive with send out cards.
And what's number 2?
I've added a new travel and lifestyle services to it, which I've already planted send out card seeds in that whole new backyard, and gotten customers out of that because obviously they can use that product with building their business as well.
So what do you love?
So
loving multi-level marketing with all your heart. What do you love most about it?
what do I love most about multi-level marketing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess opening other people's eyeballs to what else is out there besides what they already know.
And what do you like the least about multi-level marketing?
having them not see what I see.
Cool.
This is the frustrating part.
What's your, two more questions. What's your,
Yeah, knowing I know it's not my job to convince them, just to show them.
and what's your strongest suit in the profession?
My strongest suit is making people feel at ease and making connections without a hitch.
And what would you say is your weakest?
Tracking all of those connections that I make.
Oh, we got that solved.
That's why I got on the phone with your son today.
Yeah, we got that one handled. So we can fix that one.
He brought you up quite a bit. He was like, oh, that's stuff like that. Oh, my dad used to do that.
Yeah, I'm a train. You know, I am a. If you could see me right now, my even my desk today, contact mapper that I am, is filled with nothing more than old business cards, yellow stickies, little pieces of paper with snot all over them. I'm a mess.
Oh, no.
And I need to get better, and I am getting better. Thank God that
we
kid.
work on that every day, don't we?
Yeah.
We work on that every day.
Well, I love you,
Well,
and
a couple of things I told your son that he thought was cool, some little things I implemented to use in my phone, which obviously the contact mapping will make it easier. Is I'm getting better at putting dates when I meet people and knowing how to look for those dates and look for the people that I find. And I figured I spent $900+ on this phone. I may as well have it help me make money rather than just paying for it.
amen to that. Well,
you know what I mean? But anyway, I'll be seeing you and Denise and everybody in April. Yeah, you'll be here for the Talk Women because Denise is speaking, right?
yep, GoPro for women. I can't wait to see. I might even have an idea for you. So I'm going to call you.
Awesome. I'd love to sit with you for a few minutes. That'd be awesome.
Well, I'm going to change your life in a couple of days. I'm going to call you up and give you an idea. So you just keep contact mapping the heck out of people and be our test tube girl. And I'm going to give you a surprise when I talk to you in a couple of days.
I will. Appreciate you very much, Tom. You and Denise. I really love you.
All right. Love you. See you later. Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. I got touch points there just in that short amount of time. I know she wasn't making enough money and send out cards, so she had to find another deal. I know she went over to a travel deal, which I know which travel deal it is. It isn't long for this world, but a lot of people are joining it because it's the old Visalis people and it's goofy. So I know that. So I know both of those are there. So now I'm going to wait a couple of days. I'm going to throw some bait at her and have a powerful conversation about seeing her with Denise in Las Vegas for the GoPro Most Powerful Women event. And at that point, we'll have a cup of coffee and see if there's a relationship to be kindled, and the rest is history. And the name of the game, again, is my job isn't signing her up in longevity. My job is serving her where she is. If she decides to join longevity one of these days, so be it. I am the anti-recruiter. All I do is love like crazy, love then love more, and serve. And you'd be amazed at how many people want to jump in the boat as a result of that. And that's each and every one of you. If you lose your agenda and you step into theirs, conversations like that one come along. Does that make sense? That's what you're doing. Anybody confused by that? Longevity University that lists some people's stories of how attending. No, we need that. That's a good idea. That's good. You're a smart woman, Martha. I love you. I met Martha. That was unbelievable. And those of you that are on the Hair on Fire call in the morning and you're telling me your name and you're telling Lanny your name and I get to read your names every day, I'm getting to know you. And it makes my day that I'm getting to know you. And God bless Jennifer Coleman, because what she did was she brought me to you. And that is the most beautiful thing in the world, because now I'm actually getting to meet every one of you, see your faces. You're on there. I can see you on this thing. I can see Linda Tyler. I can see Annie. I can see Peggy. I can see Sharon. I can see all of you guys on that call. I can see James and Chad, which is a little bit troubling. It's unbelievable. So, yeah, it's cool. Bobby Knight, every morning you're on there. I love you for that. Hang on one sec. I'll see if there's anybody else I can call here that will blow your mind. Oh, man. I'm so far behind. I don't know who this woman is. So I'm going to call her right now because she just left me a real short message. asking me about products. So she could be in longevity. She could be a lead. So let's play this by ear too. And Marianne.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 90327.
Nothing's more irritating than that 904.
At the tone, please record
Don't
your
do
message.
that.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, it's Tom Chenault, and I am calling you back. Not because I love your voicemail, because I think you should put your beautiful voice, because I heard your voice on my message, on your voicemail, so we can hear that. But that's just my opinion. You asked me a question about the products. I'll be happy to talk to you about anything. 720-840-7222. Thanks for calling me. Change that voicemail. Bye-bye. Now, she's either going to like that or she's not. You know, she's going to say, go jump in a lake, Tom. But that's the way it goes. I can deal with that. I'm 21, 22, 91, 92. All right. Anybody else got a question? Bring up Chad again. Did he go? Did he fall asleep? Where's Chad?
I'm here.
So you saw me yesterday. You saw me interview literally 2 people right in front of you. Yeah, remember?
Yep.
Easiest conversation in the world, because we didn't talk about product. We just talked about them, and they thought they had a great conversation.
Yeah,
right?
one of them was the lady you was talking to in Denmark.
Yeah, I called her on the phone, talked to her. She told us the whole story about, and I wrote it down in the phone, but never felt creepy. I never had to know anything. Did I tell her there were 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73 vitamins in the minerals, or did I tell them anything like that, Chad?
Not one thing.
Didn't talk about the products, did I?
Nope.
Didn't talk about any of that stuff. I had to develop the relationship first. That's what you guys have to remember. Then you find things to talk about that they want to talk about, not your agenda. That's what works. Anybody else got questions? I've got answers. Okay, so I want you to get out of here, go register for that Dr. Wallach call, watch him for an hour and a half. In the interim, interview 2 people. So how are you going to interview 2 people? You're going to call 2 people that you love, and you're going to have a chat with them, and you're going to invite them to this Dr. Wallach seminar and interview them at the same time. So you start interviewing, start documenting, start notating. Denise, you got anything before we get out of here?
It's all good. Can't wait for Thursday night.
Okay, that makes me happy. All right, everybody. I love you guys with all my heart. Right now.
Pamela. Thanks, Marianne.
Is there anybody at the office, James, for Misfit Hamburger Night?
Yes, a lot of people.
So on Tuesday night, look at them.
When he says a lot, there's 3 right there.
Yeah, on Tuesday night, I take everybody to Five Guys for a hamburger. So if you ever come to Colorado,
organic.
It's the only way I can get people to go from this call to dinner, and then they have to come back over to Five Guys to have dinner with me. And then we go back to the 7 o'clock presentation school, and I guilt them into that by buying them a hamburger. So it's very cheap. So it's phenomenally great. I get to meet the misfits. You guys, no bun for Tom. That's exactly right. Linda Tyler.
That's what he does.
You are not nearly as bad as Pamela Schwartz. Not only did she tell me no bun, but she also sent me all the nutritional information on the dang hamburgers. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Is it bad? Is it bad?
James, more.
What?
Do you? You're going to go over there and order. You got my credit card. Do I or do not I not have a bun?
You have no bun. Lettuce
You
wrap.
have 2 buns. Sure.
Hey, guess what? Last week I didn't have a bun.
Attaboy. Now, James, do I have French fries? No. Do I have a milkshake? No.
No.
That was our biggest argument. Tom and I would argue. He would get a milkshake, and I'd go, honey, that's dessert. He was like, no, it's a beverage.
Yes. And the reason the milkshake was a beverage is if it wasn't a beverage, how could I have dessert? Yeah, so it was perfect.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's changed his ways. I
So,
stay
Bill,
home, and I don't partake at all.
So it sounds like the Dr. Wallach thing is Bill. for tonight.
Oh, sheesh.
Well,
Yeah.
It's going to be.
okay.
That's why we had to register.
Okay, well, just come right. No, you guys.
No,
This
you
is-
can come to the office.
No.
What?
No, you can't. What you can do. Are we going to show it at the office, Marianne, tonight? You guys going to stay up an hour extra, 45 minutes?
Yeah, I thought that's what we're doing.
Okay, so it starts at 8, right?
Yes.
Okay. How hard would it be for James just to put the camera up and zoom it for all those people for the overflow?
Well, the problem with that is, the Zoom won't focus on the TV. It's always like a blur. It's
Really?
Yeah, that's been the problem.
Okay, you snooze, you lose. We'll do it again next week. It'll be great. It's exciting. Everything's going great. Thank you for telling us they're inviting. I can't believe my eyes. I saw this with my own. No, I didn't. Never mind. I don't know, Bill, if the BP will be on the new app, because the BP is a field-driven tool. Now, I do not make any decisions or recommendations or anything like that to the powers that be at corporate. If it were my rodeo, the BP would be on the app, but it's not my rodeo. I am just the busboy. I'm not the manager.
Speaking of which, did Sean get back to you on that?
Sean got back to me and said that he put it on the meeting locator.
No, he was going to run it by.
That's why I left it out there in the ether, because I don't have the answer.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
All right, you guys. I love you. 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 Now, yeah, James, James, get me some fried squirrel and get my burger, James. I'm on my way. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
And you're all invited to Misfit Tuesday night anytime.
Well, you don't have to be a misfit. You can be anyone.
All right, we're out of here.
Have a sugar burger, guys.
Take
care, everyone. Love you guys. Stay warm.